back to my channel. Today I have the January 2023 message for all of the Aries out in the collective. So if you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen into Spirit. Let's go ahead and dive right into your message, Aries. So we have stars in the sky, limitless possibility, the never-ending story, and boundaries. Okay. All right, Aries. Right off the bat, this is what I'm seeing. I feel that this month is really about you needing to pay very close attention to the stories that you are telling. Are there particular situations that you continue to repeat in your life? I feel that if that is the case, if this is in regards to a specific relationship, I feel that this might actually have to do with like maybe a love relationship, because when I look very closely at this card right here in the center, so it looks like this fairy is sitting on is sitting sort of on like a sand, and it has literally just left my brain here. Right here in the center of this sand time capsule thing. The term has literally left my brain here, Aries, so I do apologize. But if this is in regards to a relationship, here's what I want to point out. What are the boundaries that you really need to set in place when it comes to certain specific relationships, certain specific individuals in your life? I feel that maybe there is a story that you keep telling yourself that you keep repeating over and over and over and over again. Maybe there's particular types of relationships that you keep repeating. Maybe this is something that's continuous, right? So the question here with boundaries is, where do you need to establish better boundaries? If you feel like individuals are taking from you this month, I feel that what Spirit is really wanting you to be aware of here, Aries, is that, you will continue to have these issues until you actually set boundaries, until you are very clear, you are very specific about what kind of relationships you want to experience. The other thing here is that this never-ending story is a 37, which reduces to an 11, right? So this is sort of like a wake-up call for you. You're needing to be aware of the patterns that you are seeing. You're needing to be aware, number one, that you have the potential to create a different reality or different experiences with the types of relationships that you are having. When you can stand in your power and recognize that you're the one that's really allowing people to take advantage of you by not setting boundaries, then you're going to continue to experience those experiences. Now let's dive right into the tarot here. Let's see. So I feel this one. So we have, look at that, the death and the rebirth. Okay, so what this is saying is that, I feel that your beliefs, right? The story that you keep telling here, Aries, about these relationships need to come to an end. If you're wanting new relationships, if you're wanting to experience something different, then that needs to come to an end. Yeah, you have to understand that, if you're wanting to experience something different, change has to occur. And in order to experience that change, what are you needing to learn, right? So if you're experiencing a certain kind of relationship and you feel that it's a pattern, that it's something that keeps repeating here, Aries, what they're saying is that, what is that relationship teaching you? Are you willing to learn what that specific relationship is teaching you? And recognize that you're having to sort of find balance, right? I feel that you're needing to prioritize your own needs here, because I feel like right now all you're doing is allowing this to continue to occur, because clearly you're not setting boundaries here, Aries, and the boundaries are really what's taking its toll, right? So you're needing to really prioritize what's important to you, right? And I feel that the more that you focus on that and you start really putting forth energy into that, the more secure that you're going to feel in being able to set boundaries. Then we have the King of Pentacles, right? So this is about, you know, recognizing that, you know, all of these relationships that are very similar are really teaching you something. The question is, are you learning, right? And are you really recognizing what it's teaching you? Because if you're not, then ultimately, you're going to continue to experience the same thing. Like, that's literally what it's saying. You will continue to experience the same thing. Next, we have the Ten of Materials. Okay, so you're wanting to be able to have relationships that are more giving, right? That will blossom, will grow, will be able to sort of expand over time, right? And you want to be able to be on the receiving end of good, solid relationships, right? And here we go with the Tower. So this means that you're going to have to make some drastic choices. You're going to have to choose to cut off certain ties with certain people, because I really feel here, Aries, is that there are people in your life that really shouldn't be a part of your life anymore, because they don't give you the type of energy that you want. You know, the one thing I keep hearing here is that, you know, these people are literally sucking the life out of you here. And look at this tree. This tree is solid, right? And it is growing and it is blossoming and it is giving so much of itself, right? And so many people can receive off of this tree, right? But I feel that ultimately, you know, this story here is ultimately sucking you dry, right? So these types of relationships are not really fulfilling. They're not making you feel like you're worthy. They're not making you feel like you're whole or that you can continue going, right? You're sort of tired of it and you're wanting to move on, right? And this is where you're needing to cut ties here with this Queen of Voices. You're needing to cut the ties and sort of walk away from this. Be assertive, be confident, be strong, declare what it is that you are wanting here, Aries. Because if you don't, then, you know, and don't be emotional about it. The Queen of Voices does not make decisions based off of her emotions. She literally makes decisions with her intellect and her wisdom, right? Her intuition. And I want to point out here, Aries, that this is really wanting you to recognize that you're needing to literally cut off individuals that are not giving to you in the way that you need them to give to you, right? I feel that you're very knowledgeable. You have a lot of insight. Maybe you're a really great, the word provider just popped into my head and I don't know why, but maybe you're a great provider, right? And maybe people constantly see you as a money pocketbook. And these types of relationships really are not balanced. They're not balanced. You're not learning anything. In fact, you're probably the smartest person in this circle. And that's the reason why you feel like you're dry all the time, right? So I feel that you need to be in a position here with this Two of Inspiration of, you know, I feel like there's a part of you that knows that you want something more, that you want something better, but you're so afraid of what that means for the people in your past. You're so afraid of being known as the person that completely cut people off, right? And I feel that you're more worried about what people think of you than you should be. And this isn't going to be very helpful for you here, Aries. If anything, Aries, it's actually going to hinder you. And I feel that in order for you to truly get, you know, the results that you want when it comes to your relationships, you have to be willing. You have to be willing to reflect on the things that you truly desire. You have to be willing to say, you know, this is what I deserve. And in order for you to do that here, you have to be to recognize that you're a treasure, that you have value, that you have purpose. And, you know, by doing that, right here with the moon, right? You reflect on, right here with the moon, you basically reflect on all of the illusions. You reflect on all of the illusions that have been sort of put in your lap here, Aries. And you recognize, you know what? I can no longer be clouded by these beliefs that I have about my relationships, because the more that I believe in that, the more I become disappointed, right? And we don't want disappointment here. Again, you have the Queen of Swords. You have it twice right here. So here's your advice for this month, Aries. Your advice for this month is that you need to be bold, you need to be strong, and you need to use your intellect. Allow yourself to really be very clear about what it is that you are wanting. Once you become very clear, you'll be able to take the action steps needed in order for you to have the things that you desire. I feel that you're at a position now where you know exactly what you're capable of and you want to achieve that. And let me tell you, you are going to be very successful in that. So do not fear that you will not be successful here, Aries, because you will be. But what you're needing to do is you're needing to face your shadows. You're needing to face the illusions that you have about, whatever experiences that you are having, and even your relationships, right? Like, recognize that not everyone is for you. And sometimes we outgrow people. And it's important for us to recognize that when we outgrow them, we have to let them go. Because in order for you to move beyond where you are, you have to make those changes. You have to do the things that you're afraid to do in order for you to move beyond where you are. So Aries, that is your message for January. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next month.